How to find a contact. Obviously, this is an extremely useful functionality that you should use as much as possible. Try not to use the navigation bar that you will learn somewhere else to find a contact, unless you certainly know that is, for example, the last one or something like that. The correct way is to use the find, and the find could be done using the find button here or the find contacts option here. Well, essentially you click on it and you type whatever you want. The important thing about this find system is that you can enter anything in any way possible and still find what you want. So in other words, the find is gonna look for your query here automatically in all these fields: first name, last name, company, phone numbers, keywords, product codes, URL, referral, related to, state, email, keywords, and contact ID, all at the same time. Also, you can save previous searches. For example, let's say we have this contact, and we have selected here. We have 100 selected, and we are in position 100. But let's say that we want to find this contact, and we remember that his phone starts by 410, and also we remember maybe just that the last name is Bonk, but we only know that he's a BU, or we are not sure. But we know also that he's an attorney, so we know that he has in his company title Esquire. So we have these three things that we could have put into any order, like putting Esquire before, etc. So I chose these three things only because I am seeing them here. So it's easy for me to know what I'm looking for in this case. As an example, so I'm going to click Quick Find. As a matter of fact, I need to click it twice, and there is a reason for that, because the system is designed that you can do it with just entering, just by clicking enter. So anyway, I can click here, or I can click enter, and the program will go directly to this one. But as I said, you can save in this any of these 10 buttons. You can save this query. So let's say that I'm gonna do it in number 1. I click with shift, and I have instructions here in the tooltip. So so that means that even if I come later and it's something that I usually use or I usually look for, I can click the number 1, you see, and paste that. And also I have the full find, which is much more powerful, but at the same time 99% of the time you're going to use the quick find. And we have other things you can find from something that you have in the clipboard, etc. But you can see here. And so I'm gonna click enter, and that's pretty much is selected 1 out of 1, which is this one. We knew that it was going to be this one. So that is important. So again, if I select them all, for example, and I go to the number 1 just to prove my point, and you see the last search is going to be shown automatically, but even if it wasn't, you can use a button, or you can type directly on top of that one. So by doing that, click quick find, you see we found. This is extremely useful feature, and it has the other options, as I mentioned before. The full find. The full find, this is another level, let's say, of finding. It has a lot of things, indeed, a lot. So be careful. This is more common use in other systems, the query by example, but in this program, probably you're not going to need to use it, maybe ever, because this is not necessary for majority of users. So stick to the quick find, which is more than enough for to cover all your needs. Thanks.